What's up? We're back. I know I said that after Supervive, getting to Plat, I had some big plans. Those are still underway. I've decided to do a little bit of an intermission here, and there's a few reasons why. And what I have planned next, I promise you, is worth your time. Because if you don't absolutely love how crazy it is, then you will absolutely hate it. And no publicity is bad publicity. So either way, it's a good idea, and I'm excited for that. I'm not there yet. I'm working with an editor on what I'm doing after Supervive getting to Plat, and I do not plan to quit playing Supervive. I love it. I'm obsessed. Even right now, I'm thinking about it, but I do need a little bit of a break. And I didn't want to just roll right into the next thing without finishing talking about the mental health talking points that I was onto when we left off. So I decided to hop into a game, TCG Card Shop Simulator. I haven't played this in a very long time, but it's something that I've thought about ever since I did because it's just so easy to play. It's so basic, it's so simple. I don't play card games. I'm not going to open a card shop. I'm not interested in Pokemon and stuff like that, which I know a lot of people are right now. But I wanted to do something super chill for a little bit of time while I could kind of just finish up what I'm talking about and add a little bit of an intermission in between the Supervive content going into what I have planned next. So, I'm going to start a new game. I have a game file that I played for a long time, but I haven't gone back in a long time. So I'm thinking I'm going to override it because I'm not going to go back. So here we go. So I believe, left off, and so far the pathway is self-awareness, paradigm, self-love, and then I discussed the good parts of my childhood, leaving me with the bad parts of my childhood and something I mentioned before. Holy shit, I'm slowing my words. I had a few drinks, but just two, officer. Um, Something I mentioned before, which was give. So we're gonna hop in here. I don't remember if there's music in this game, but let's just check that out real quick. Oh, there is. Oh yeah, nice. I had it turned down. Okay. So just give me a second. Let me get my bearings here. I quit my day job to open my own card game store. This is it. Time to get down to business. Not a good idea. If you're gonna quit your day job to start a business, and I've made this mistake before, I promise you, and anybody that's told you this before, it's true, and you're not gonna listen, you're gonna fail, and you're gonna go back. And I had to go back to working for somebody else to really understand this. Save up a lot of money. The pain you can endure while working for somebody you don't want to work for to save up more money is a lot easier than the pain you will have to endure if you don't do that. Business advice. I'm not going to disclose my businesses that I've had and failed and successful and whatnot. Some stuff I'm under NDAs, some stuff I'm not, some stuff is still active, whatever. I'm not going to get into that. I hate the word entrepreneur because it's too overused. I just call myself a businessman, a business person. I don't ever see myself not moving in that direction. Even if the one I have now fails, I will do something else in some way or fashion. And throughout the course of time, as you get to know me, I'm going to speak in quotes because I am of the entrepreneur mindset. And even though I haven't really talked about that before, there's a quote that I believe is my own. This one you can have for free, but I'm going to have others that you cannot. And this one is, I believe that adversity breeds success. Meaning most business people I have come into contact with, and successful ones rather, had a rough childhood. So adversity breeds success. I should probably change that to can breed success, because that's not always the pathway. Either you go through a difficult time and then you become successful because you had to grow up very fast, or you live a difficult adult life making poor decisions based on ill knowledge and inexperience or whatever. Anyways, we're not here to talk about business shit, but don't do this. Don't quit your day job to start a business unless you have a lot of money saved up. And today's day and age, no matter the business, especially if it's a storefront like this, I would say your minimum should be, depending on where you live in the storefront, anywhere from 30 to 50,000 sitting in your bank, ready to blow. And then as soon as you jump into a storefront like this and you have no other income because you quit your day job, you have to spend money on rent, and you're not going to have employees in the beginning, so you're going to be spending all your time doing this, and you're not going to make money in the beginning because that's just the way it goes. So that 30 to 50,000, that gets eaten up real fast in development and construction and marketing and buying inventory and product and doing sales and whatnot. And then all of a sudden you're in a spot where you've put everything into this and you've eaten up your savings that you spent 10, 15, 20 years saving towards, and you have nowhere to go because you're not making money in your business. Today is a bad time in America to do this right now. That's not always the case, but right now, 2025, we're in the first, second, I believe third quarter of 2025. It's just not it's not a good time. It's a bad time to do this. Stay at your day job, keep saving money, wait for a better time, and have as much as you possibly can to save up. I wish I did this. And then, oh God, I'm still talking about business shit. I didn't mean to do this. It is what it is. This is going to be a little bit of a long video. That's okay. It's an intermission. And then I would say, well, I just totally lost my fucking train of thought. Save money to start a business. Don't do it now. You're never going to be okay. I remember. You're never going to be ready to do it, but at some point you're going to make the jump. And if you manage to save a whole lot of money before doing it, that's a much better place than where I started, which was just jumping in cold, which was bad. Learn to play the system. So a lot of people get mad that business people learn about taxes and whatnot, and they try to lower their taxes, and that's all a part of it. That's all a part. It's all survival. It's all survival. So I would even suggest, don't even become official. Don't start an LLC or anything until you reach that threshold, which I don't know what it is now, but there is here's how much you make per month or whatever, that you have to start reporting it to the government of America. Don't do anything until you get there first. Go cash as long as you can. And don't cheat the system. Don't do illegal shit, and don't avoid taxes and all that, because that can come back to bite you way later in life. But don't just go all in because you're super excited. That's another mistake I made. Go very, very slow. Even if you have all this money, Learn everything you possibly can about every aspect of it. You're going to do every job yourself. That means you're going to run the store, you're going to open the store, you're going to buy your inventory, you're going to sell your inventory, you're going to stock the store, you're going to clean the store, you're going to do your accounting, you're going to do your taxes, you're going to do everything because you cannot afford to pay somebody else yet because you just got started. These are all mistakes I made, so this is a warning. And one of my favorite things I saw about business is I believe Elon Musk was in an interview and he was being asked, what would you tell young entrepreneurs, new entrepreneurs, like what is one advice you'd give them? And he said something along the lines of like, don't do it. Don't do it. Which just blew my mind because everything else you see is like, oh yeah, do it. You have to do this, you have to do that. He's like, don't do it because it's the hardest thing in the world. And that's true. And that's why that there's only 1% or whatever that are successful. And there's statistics to that. 50% fail in the first year and 50% in 2 years and 3 years and 5, whatever. I don't remember the numbers, but there's only 1% at the end that actually continue. And a lot of that is just, you just keep fighting. And even right now, and what I'm currently dealing with my own personal current active business is, this is a tough time. So that's my warning. I felt compelled to say this because this is just misinformation. I quit my job to open my card game store. This is it. Time to get down to business. That's so crazy and serious and stupid to say, but if you're here and you're listening and paying attention to this and you're thinking about doing this like most of us do, don't do it. Wait, save money, pay attention, learn everything you can about every single aspect of it, and then go very slow and follow all the laws and everything and do it the right way for sure. So my card shop, I think I'm going to call after that. Don't do it. Because it's stupid. Yep, confirm. Okay, one phone. Oh, open phone and stock up on card packs. It's been so long since I played this. I don't even remember. Shift, movement. Okay, open phone, tab maybe? Okay, tab is phone. And stock up on card packs. So that would probably be stock order. And we can buy this one. I have $1,000. I'm gonna buy one. Oh, but if you order more, it's better. Maybe I just do, let's go to about 500. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, so 5, 10, 15, 20. I think that's cheaper. Okay, let me see. So, oh shit, fuck. Okay, hold on. So, for one purchase of this item, I'm going to spend $5 on delivery. But if I buy 10, I'm going to spend $20. So 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. So that's 5 times 4 for 10. Or 5 for 1. I'm very bad at math. You're going to see that here. But I'm pretty sure that's better than just buying one, because I'm getting sort of a bulk deal where buying 10 is worth $20 delivery versus buying one is worth 5. So if I bought 10 times 5, that would be $50 delivery, but instead I'm buying 10 right now, so I'm getting $20. So I'm getting a $30 discount. So we're just going to do that. It's all here. How do I pick stuff up? So I open. How do I grab the box? Take boxes, right click. Oh, it's left click. Okay. So we're just going to drop these in here. Place is Q. Oops. The left click is a little bit misconceiving. Okay. So learning this, this is why I didn't play on my current play that I had, because I had spent so much time playing this. I had everything down. So to run a store that I was running, which was a very high volume store, I was making a lot of money. To do that after not playing for so long would just be an absolute mess. And I think playing this game from the beginning is also very fun if you haven't played it before. So I am just gonna load up, just bring everything inside, because I do remember that you want to have everything ready before you let people in, which is something you have to select, because you're gonna run out of shit. And you're going to want to be able to open it and get to it quickly, because there's going to be people at the register and you're going to want to serve them, because everybody at the register is a guaranteed sale. Okay, fuck. Alright. Put item. So it's a left click for everything. You can hold it down. When I first started playing, I did not hold it down. But this box has no items. I think there's a trash can where I throw away stuff. I do remember I want to save one box. It's probably not important now, but later you're going to move stuff around, so you always want to save one box so you can take stuff off a shelf and put it back. And you see the red exclamation point? That means we have to set a price on this. If we don't set a price, we don't put profit on it, we don't make money. Okay. So all I'm gonna do is open these so I can be ready, and then I'm gonna set a price on this. Set price. So I'm at 161, market is 267. But if I go with what I have now, I have minus 161, setting it at 0 price. So I'm going to go market, and I'm not going to add a percentage now because I have no base customers yet. So we're just going to get them in the door and make a small amount of profit. Turn the lights on and flip this to open, and here we go. Okay. So I have to remember how to do the register fast too. We talked about my childhood and the good parts. And okay, so click. And if I remember here, I can just type in the numbers. 2403. 2403. Nope. 24.03. Enter. Cool. You can hold this down too. Take the money, cash, received 40, total 20. So change is 1597. So I need to give him 1597. So 10.5. I remember there being a fast way to do this too. Anyways, 50, 75, 85, 95. 167, and it'll tell you if you're wrong too. Oh, space. Okay, let me just get through this part before I talk, because it's been a minute. Change 932, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 25, 35. No, that's too much. So we can go back. So we have, let's restart. I'm so bad at math. Okay, so we're giving back 932. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's keep it simple. 10, 20, 30, 1, 2. Let's get these people out of here. Paying customers. 34.71. 34.71. This is nothing now. This is only because I'm slow. 1602, 16.02. Okay. Bad stuff. So, I talked about before early childhood and a lot of good memories there, and then getting into the teens where there's some less good memories. I didn't talk too much about my 20s. That's where I was alone quite a bit. But I'll start with this. When I was 17, I began the process of emancipation. So I legally separated myself from my mother, who had parental rights over me. 49.27. 40, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 25, 26, 27. So, 801. Leading up to that was a childhood of abuse. And as I said in the last video, I know that a lot of other people in other countries and whatnot go through much more difficult things than me. I'm just going to talk about what I've been through, just in case there's somebody out there that's been through something similar. What it was, so she had me when she was older, in her 40s. My dad would have been in his 50s because he was always 6+ or so years older than her. She was done. She already had 2 other children, lived a long life at this point, but she was done. I'm gonna try very hard to not air all of my mother's dirty laundry, because we are good now. But I do want to talk about moments that I believe are important to my story. 98, 25, 50, 75, 85, 90, 5, 6, 7, 8. They love these prices. They're coming in fast. 37, 38. 665, 6, 25, 60, 65. What? Oh, I gave too much. Okay. So 6, 25, 50, 6. Oh, I went over. That's what it was. Fucking shit, man. This game makes you better at math. 1068. Please pay with card. Please pay with card. Thank you. So a lot of the abuse was she was going through a difficult time, could barely afford to pay bills. I was often left alone to my own devices. 2, 3, 4, 25, 30, 1, 2. Oh, this person wants something, so we can talk to them. They want to trade. Oh no, do I want to buy the card? I'm down to buy cards. Asking price 68, 34, market price 73, 76. So we're going to give asking price. We're just getting started. We're going to keep it all very simple. 68, 34. 1733. Man, what are these prices? Oh, I do remember this now, that if I make my prices, if I round them, it's a lot easier when you're at the register to just roll through this faster. 1733, 10, 5, 6, 7, 25, 30, 1, 2, 3. So, to use the word neglected is a little bit strong, but it's also partially true. Okay, I have to reload some shit. Oh, this guy wants to sell me some shit. Asking 194, market 172.17. So I will offer you market and make no money just to make you happy. And you might say no, and that's okay. Okay, he accepted it. We have to load more stuff right now. I should move the trash can inside. How do I move? C. Can I not? Okay, maybe I can't do that right now. I'm just gonna load the shelf all the way, even though we're counting down time here. So I have to be kind of quick about it. So probably the situation right now is, even though we're only offering one product, we're probably a lot cheaper than the current market. So that's why a lot of people are showing up. Also, we're a new business. That's also another reason why people are showing up. 1597, 10, 5, 50, 75, 80, 95, 6, 7. Let's get through this real quick. You always have to serve the register people. He wants to sell me some shit. My rule of thumb right now is going to be, if market is over, asking 17, market 17. Can I just accept? That's way too low. That's because my thing is a thing. 0.17. So I don't remember when closing time is. I think it's soon. But young age, going through childhood, having older parents and relatively poor parents. Well, my mother was rather, but my father wasn't there too much when I was younger. And like I said before, I never had the technology or equipment or anything that other people had, which is stupid to complain about because I had something. I lived in America, I had good schooling and all that. But that was something I went through. It was embarrassing. There was bullying, obviously, that happened just between that and between being overweight. So you might ask, how did you get overweight? 25, 50, 75, 85, 90, 5, 6, 7. How did you get overweight if you were poor? Well, my mother didn't know anything about nutrition at all. So she believed what she's learned from TV and whatever is that to buy this or to buy that or this, this product or that product. So she didn't realize during this time, even when the economy was in a much better place than it is now, 13, 30, that buying canned stuff and processed stuff and all that was more expensive and worse for my health than buying whole foods, fresh produce, fresh meat, and then cooking. But also, as an adult looking back, I think maybe a part of that was she didn't have the time, because there's definitely periods of times that she worked multiple jobs just to pay the bills and whatnot. And we lived in a state where the income, the minimum wage and all that was very low. And even to this day, it's still very low in comparison to most other states. We're going to keep serving people as they come in, because we just made a lot of money on our first day. But there was times of negativity and times of anger where she didn't have money and she'd be angry about it, and you know, she would be smoking cigarettes or whatever. Okay, hold on. I went too crazy. I was thinking about the change. 5, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, sorry, I'm so split up. My multitasking skills are not very good. Another one. Let's go, dude. Give me more money. Okay, goodbye. He's like, it's 9 o'clock. I'm going home. So, there was that. And when I began working, which was much younger than was legally supposed to happen, a lot of my paycheck would go towards the bills. And even though my siblings had other fathers, my father is one who paid child support, and there was just never any money. So she was just not good at money, and I'm also not good. It's not like she really went out and spent it on stupid stuff. She didn't really go out. She worked and then came home. But she was ill-informed, so food-wise, which is a very expensive bill, she made poor choices, and she would buy stuff for herself like cigarettes or whatever, which isn't necessarily bad, but when you don't have enough money to pay the bills and you're spending money on stuff like that, there's other areas that tend to lack. So we went through that, and sometimes we didn't have stuff. Sometimes we didn't have proper food, and sometimes we didn't have any food, and sometimes we didn't have the heat in the winter, and she'd be like, oh, just wear your coat and socks and stuff and you'll be okay. And you know, there were moments like that. So that was a bit of the financial issue. A big part of the abuse I talk about was mostly mental, where yeah, I wasn't the greatest kid, but I was just a kid, and it was on me to take care, in addition to having a job at a young age and going to school and all that. I had to take care of the house, I had to clean, I had to take care of the lands, the lawn, the mowing the grass and the trash and, you know, all the stuff and all these chores, and I did not get paid to do these, but these were all my duties. And now as an adult, I look back and I think, well, it's because she was working all the time, but also I had this older brother there, so there's a bit of an issue with that. But sometimes I wouldn't complete stuff or whatever, and she'd get mad, and there'd be a lot of yelling, and there was sometimes some words used towards me that were not very good. And some that I remember are like, you're not a man and all this and that, and you know, I was getting fat, and I don't recall her ever really making any comments about that. I mean, my father did. She didn't really too much, I don't think, but there'd be times that she'd get angry, and we're Polish, so her physical punishment towards me was whatever was in her hand at the time. And the worst one I ever got was a Barbie, a plastic Barbie doll, because it was in her hand and she threw it at me, and it just hit me in the head so perfectly that it was the worst pain. And I had received other punishments from other people. Like another bad one was being spanking on my bare ass by a fly swatter, but a old school metal fly swatter. And one of her claim to fame weapons for punishing children was a cutting board that was a wooden cutting board that was 1 inch thick. So I won't call that physical abuse because I grew up in a normal time of children getting spanked and physically punished, whereas now that's not okay. But you combine that with the pressure of, you know, not getting I would say not getting the exact care and direct parenting I should have gotten, in addition to like me trying to seek out help from other family members, and then her going and telling them like, oh, I'm such a bad kid and I'm lazy and I don't do anything. There is a truth to that. I was definitely lazy, but I was often hiding in my room and hiding by myself to get away from her and her screaming. And it was almost like she was an alcoholic, but she wasn't. She wasn't. There were some very, 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 very rare memories that she would drink and shit would happen. But the point is, like, it's like at night she would come home and she'd have so much stress about everything, and then a lot of that stress would be placed upon me because I didn't do the things that she wanted me to do during the day or while I was home and she was not. So that's where video games and YouTube and whatnot became an escape and a way for me to, you know, when we did eventually have internet and all that, it became a way for me to go somewhere else in my mind during a time in which my environment around me did not feel safe or comfortable. So I have a little bit more to add to that. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick though. I'll be right back. Okay. I am being a little bit cryptic just because my mother is still alive and there is a time and a place for everything. And I don't want to expose every single tiny little detail of the difficulties of my childhood just because, like, you know, if she watches these videos already and sees what I've talked about, she might be hurt a little bit, and I think that that's okay. But I don't want to dig too deep to like really hurt her, because as of today, you know, I'm 30 years old. There has been a lot of change, and even though my relationship with her isn't typical mother and child, it's much better than what I grew up around. But definitely I went through periods like this, and then transition periods and learning periods and all that. So before I get into something more heavy, I'm going to focus on the game for a second. I have to buy some inventory and whatnot before the next day, because you can see that we're out of blue cards and we have some money. So phone is tab. Let's see if I have any reviews. Good reviews. Always look at those. Stock order. We're gonna keep it simple. I need level 5 for the next card. But what else can I do right now to make more money? Okay, it's just not loading. Okay, my bad. Accessories, I can buy cleansers. I don't need that yet. You're gonna get to a moment where stinky people come in. I haven't had that happen yet, so I'm not gonna do it. But card sleeves are something you can definitely make money on. So that's $50, and I don't remember how much my rent is. Where do I go to pay the bills? Oh, pay bills, probably. So everything's paid. I don't owe anything again. Oh, it doesn't even show me. Grab card packs on shelf and open them to get new cards. Oh, so it wants me to go through this. So it wants me to open cards. So we could do... We just sold all those boxes. That was 10 boxes in one day, and we still have a little bit of shelf life. So that's 1, 2, 3.5 boxes. So we could probably buy 7 or less more boxes. And then the rest we can put into sleeves, but we could use a new shelf for sleeves. So I'm going to say, let's see how much a new shelf is. The cheapest one is $150. So I'm just going to do it. We're going to put it up and then go from there. Let's do something like that. Actually, I kind of want to move it to here. Give some more space. So I want to fill that up, but I want to buy more cards, and I have to have more cards for the next day. But if we make money the next day, I can buy some in the middle of the day. That's just going to slow me down on making money because people are going to be at the register. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to buy, and these are cheap, right? 50 versus 51, so they're a little bit cheaper. I'm going to buy 1, I'm going to buy 3 to start, and then go to booster packs and buy 5 of these. I'm at 327, so for these I can buy 3 more. 396. I'm not going to totally max out. We could buy, this is a license, so we'll buy that. And we'll buy 2 of these. Oh, that's 602, because we need to go back. So we're at 523. Okay, so we're just going to go with that. Now that it's nighttime, I'm just going to load everything up now. Okay, so we have an open one, and then the rest are just going to be ready to go. Okay, I can't go on top. Can I go on top on this one? Oh, I can. Okay, so we'll do that with the one that sells. It's a very chill game. I have to figure it out. I need to remember to set my prices at a point to where it's a rounded number. Rounding up is probably better. Make more money. So this is gonna go here because we did all this, but we can go up here, which I didn't do before. Oh, so the 64 was just a bigger size, so probably a bulk deal. You know what? Let's just do what we got. Why not? should have bought more of the bulk ones. It's okay, you learn as you go. So we're just going to move these at this point, then prepare for the next day. Setting prices. So let's change this one. So we went market price 267. My cost is 161. 106. So if I add 10% and then round, I'm at 3. We're just going to repeat that for this. Market price, 10%, round, done. So the big one is there was a moment in my childhood in which I decided to unalive myself. And I am leaving a lot out, and that might suck as a viewer at this point. And I think later I'll become more comfortable in talking about more of the details. But there was a point I decided to unalive myself as a child, and I think a lot of children go through this. And specifically, what I did was I kept my bedroom door closed, I pushed myself up against it, and I took a cord, like a power cord for an electronic, and I wrapped it around my neck and something else, and I kept pulling it. I just kept pulling it as tight as I could. And I thought for sure in that moment that I was going to do it. And then I got to a realization where I can't do it. I can't do it. And of course, crying and all that. And I'm like, I just can't do it. Like, there's a part of me that doesn't really want to do it. There's a part of me that wants to just give up. And there's another part of me, which I understand now as an adult, as you to do that to yourself in that way, it's almost impossible. Because your brain and your body and your subconscious fights it. That's why people do things like jumping and shooting and stuff like that, because there's an uncontrollable aspect of that. So I did do that, and then that was a very pivotal moment in my life as a child, because after that, everything else I did after was fighting to get out of that childhood, that scenario. And like I said, there's a lot I'm leaving out, which is probably boring and kind of sucks, but I'm not just out here trying to get views. You know, I'm trying to be honest, and I want to keep my personal life just a little bit tightened up right now. But after that, I fought for it. I fought for myself. I didn't really focus on self-improving. I kind of went further into depression and gained more weight and all that. But I knew it. I knew I had to get out, and there was a period and a point in time in which I did. And my father became a part of that. So let's go into the next day. I didn't look at the money. It's the beginning, the early days. We probably didn't make any money. If any, we probably lost money in comparison to what we had when we started, finished, you know. So because I set everything up at night, I edited my prices to be easier to do. We're gonna open up and just let it rip. So my father was a complicated man. He was not able to commit really to any woman he was with, and he was just there in the background of my life. Him and my mother were never married. They were never really together. So I would see him sometimes. 57. You see what I'm saying? Right there. Boom, boom. 57. Done. Now we can rip through this because we made those prices rounded. 33. So glad I remembered that. So we're getting less people, but it is the morning, so we'll see how this happens. We'll look at reviews and see if I'm too high on prices, but I don't think I am. I only went up 10% and then rounded. There was, just like for my mother, there were good parts and bad parts of my childhood regarding my father. $2. I wish I could just hit 2 here. So some of the good parts were that he would come pick me up. We'd go out to eat. I really didn't get to experience going out and stuff like that because he had money from his life and what he's been through in his life and work and all that, whereas my mother didn't. So that was nice. So we would go out, have a good time, but he did teach me important lessons, and sometimes he was a little hardcore. But the worst thing about him was, I would say that he was an alcoholic, and you can probably guess that by now by my drinking. And I will say right now, I had a very good therapist. I've had a few therapists, but one of the more recent ones told me that when you grow up with parents that are alcoholics or that drink too much, it doesn't mean you're going to be one. It just means that your chances of not being one are lower. So he would do stuff like, you know, I'd be learning how to drive. It would be his job to teach me how to drive, and then we'd go out driving for 20 minutes, and then he'd drop me off back at his house and be like, if anybody asks you, say we went driving for 2 hours, and then he'd go to the bar and come home. And he repeated that habit throughout everything we did together. He rarely got angry at me, but I would say the biggest lesson that he always taught me was to not be like him. So he was very hardcore on teaching me not to lie. So much so that, like, when I was really fat and he would pick me up and our plan was to go out to eat, he'd be like, okay, did you eat already? Did you eat dinner already? And sometimes I would lie. Look at all these card packs. See what I'm saying? Look at these sleeves. You don't need this many sleeves, dude. Sleeves sell. I'm telling you. $80. You'd be like, did you eat already? I'd be like, no, and he would know I was lying because he was a master at lying. So one of his biggest lessons I ever learned from him is, you know, don't do as I do. So his exact words were like, I'm gonna step away and fill some of this up. His exact words were, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. Which means, like, because he knows how to lie and because he's so good at lying, that for me to lie, it does nothing. Like, he just knows that I'm lying. And that's very true. So I would say one of the best things about my father, probably the best thing about my father, as he taught me stuff throughout my childhood, is teaching me to not be like him. Like, somehow he would be bad and then teach me to be good at the same time. That was his skill as a father. And I don't want to just dog my mother. You know, there was good things about her too. Like, for example, she taught me how to love. She taught me truly how to love animals and to love people and family. and to care for them and just sacrifice yourself towards them. And some of that's incorrect to an extent, because you really have to take care of yourself first. But there's always good and bad. There's always good and bad. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit. So I emancipated and he helped me with it. But before that, there was many phone calls to him, asking him, begging him to help me, telling him, you know, I don't know what else to say, telling him the evil that I was going through. And when I say that, there's more to it than what I'm saying, than what I have said. And he just didn't really believe me. He would call my mom and be like, oh, you know, our son's being crazy, and then I would be punished further for that. Like I said before, not always physically, mostly mentally. But he didn't believe me for a long time until eventually he did. And then he helped me with the emancipation. And then, which was a blessing, because even though 17 is a little bit late, I have some people that want to sell me some shit. No, they're all spending money. Just having that moment where he did believe what I was saying, and he did take me and help me, and we went through the court and did everything like that, did everything the right way. I'll never forget that. It did take too long, but I will never forget that he believed in me, and he didn't stop believing in me before or after that. He always believed in me, whatever I wanted to do. I remember, you know, I'm a trained fighter from him. He was always in training, fighting, whether it's boxing or some form of martial arts or whatever. I remember I wanted to be a professional UFC fighter, and he believed I could do it. And there's even another moment where this guy just bought a lot, dude. There's another moment where I wanted to be a fucking ninja, because I saw a movie about ninjas. And he's like, okay, bet. Let's teach you how to be a ninja. So like there was that part of him that was very relieving. And then there's the real side of him, where he actually taught me how to live life. So after I emancipated and moved in with him, one of the first things he did, because he was wealthy in his older age, because he had worked for one company for a long time. Ask 324, market 426. We're going to give 324. And we should put up a stand soon to sell some of these cards. One of the first things he did, because he would leave for long periods of time, he would leave the country to travel and be somewhere else, sort of, is he took me out as a young kid, dropped me off in a grocery store, gave me $100 and said, this is all you have to live off of for like the next 2 weeks or something like that. And of course, I'm a little kid. 56.41, 47.31. We're going to give you 47.31. So as a little kid, I went in there with $100 and I bought chips and frozen food and sodas and drinks and all this super expensive shit that did not last long, that was expensive, and he let me feel it. And he didn't let me starve. Oh my god. Look at this. Why? Are you reselling, dude? What are you doing with all this? 120, let's go, dude. So he let me experience that. He let me live with that. He let me live with the stuff I had, and then I ran out and I had to live off of nothing and all that. That was a very young age. So he taught me a very important lesson. And you know, I had to pay him rent and all this and that. So just many lessons, many lessons. And then after him, he came back. I fucked up. He was gone. I partied with friends, high school stuff. I had a house to myself. You know, I threw a lot of parties. And I wouldn't say he kicked me out, but I sort of moved out right before he got home, just because I knew how bad it was about to be. And then I went on to move. And this started the 7-year period where I moved and lived with many different friends and families and people I know and people that know people I know and so on for a long time. And that's where you really get to know other people, is when you live with them. So I had lived in basements and bedrooms with other people, and I had lived in my car, and I had eaten out of trash cans to survive. And I can dig into any of those details later. I'm just trying to be more general because I just want to cover all my points before I move on to my next big idea. But I went through a life of survival, essentially. And during that time where I was living by myself with other people, but learning by myself without the true guidance of parents, it was a friend who I lived with that taught me how to drive and made sure I went and got the test and succeeded, and we used his car, and you know what I'm saying? Like, all those moments that I should have had with parents, I had with friends. So you learn a lot about yourself and other people when you're kind of living like that. And this is where I began the process of reading and researching and understanding and learning more about the world and myself, and learning about it from people, but also from books at the same time, and YouTube, of course. And I just really developed into what I could never say until now. I believe I am a good person, and I've had to focus really hard on becoming a good person. So I've been probably too cryptic. I'm sure it's getting a little bit boring at this point. I'm gonna kind of just move on, and if anybody's interested in hearing more about my childhood in more detail, I will hop back into it. But I don't want to giving 481 for 426. I don't remember what I bought it for, but I do know that everything has been at market or under, so that's a good deal, so I'm just going to accept it. Keep everybody happy. It's 9 p.m. That's about it for today. So I'm going to stop at this point talking about the bad childhood. It does feel a little uncomfortable. I'm sure you can tell. I'm just, you know, I'm sharing to literally the world about the dark moments of my life, and I think that I've shared enough at this point. And like I said, if there's anybody out there that wants to hear more, because it'll help you, just reach out, just comment, just whatever, and I will open up more. But I don't want to just give everything all at once, because I'm just not too comfortable doing that at this moment. So the next topic, after talking about the bad stuff, would be talking about give, the word give. And I'm going to take a brief moment to pause and get updated on this game again, because I'm not good at multitasking. And then on the new day, I will start talking about give and what that means to me. So that was a successful day. We don't know the true numbers yet. At this point, we need to start looking at our bills. 7 days for $82 is not bad. This one will come in. Oh, this is salary. Paid all employees. We have no employees yet. That's okay. We could expand on this shelf, expand on that shelf. Let's go ahead and move this back. And you know what? We're going to start planning for actual expansion here. We might buy more shelves than we actually need right now. So we're just gonna get another one of these for now. 300. Holy fucking shit, dude. And then for this one, we'll just buy another one of these. And then we definitely need to buy a display, which is 400. But then I can't buy any product. So I think maybe I'll just buy inventory at this point, because we're probably going to buy about 500 or so worth of inventory. And then the next day, my goal will be to buy a card table. So let's set everything up. I'm going to put these right here, because I know that right here I'm going to put at some point one of those smoke machines, those smell machines or whatever. So now to buy products, I think I would like to buy the new card. I don't think I'm level 5 yet. But we do need to complete the tasks, so let's just do that real quick. Just gonna roll through these real fast, because we're not putting any up right now. Oh, I am level 6. So I can buy the second one if I want. That's okay. We'll just go through all these real quick. Eventually, this is something I'm going to keep doing. So we did that. I needed level 5 to purchase the second card, which is 300. That's still a little rough. I spent too much on shelves. That's what I did. So we're just going to load up. This is a bulk deal, I believe. So this is double the amount. So is it the same? 51, 52. Let me calculate this. $51, 52 times 2 is 10304. It's the same. It's the same. So all you do is okay, so you save on delivery because it's less items. So we're gonna buy 2 of these for now. We're gonna buy 4 of these. We're gonna go back to this. Buy 1 more of these. And maybe another one of these. 504. A small one, 556. That's all we can do. Not enough money. Oh my god, the delivery fee, dude. Okay, 520 we can't do. 495. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna reduce this down to 3 and bump this up 390 to 285. Wow. Wait, how much do I? Oh, I got 500, dude. 3 and 3 is 390. 4 and 4 is 520. We'll just keep it at this, 4 and 4 for now. Okay. So the next point is give. And now I'm going to fast forward to a much later moment in my life where I've experienced living on my own, climbing the ladder of multiple jobs on my own, experiencing success in career on my own, success in life on my own, losing weight, so on and so forth, where I got to a point to where I truly understood the meaning of giving. And if you do take the time to research, especially on YouTube, mentorship and rich people, they talk about giving a lot. Not just giving to like churches and stuff, but just giving to other people. It is the best feeling in the world to give. And you don't have to be rich in order to do it. You can do it right now. And then through a more recent mentor, one of the wealthiest and biggest business owners in the area I live, which is Chicago, he said one time, because he realized that in my heart, I'm a good person and I try to do what's right all the time, that because he was giving me something. Specifically, he was giving me tomatoes. And he said, the more you give, the more you get. And that never left me. So I even got it tattooed. I don't know if you can see it on my hand. It's in Greek, because he's a Greek man. He's very important to me. And it says give, 𝐷𝐸𝐻. That's how you say it, 𝐷𝐸𝐻. Give. So the more you give, the more you get. Okay, I knew I had more in here. But I wanted to just focus on the giving part of that and less on the getting part. So that's a part of why I got it tattooed on my hand, because I drive a lot for my work and a lot of the work I've done in the past years. And so I'm always driving with one hand, my left hand like this. So I wanted to see it every day to remind myself to just give. Give to myself, give to other people, give, 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 give. And I thought that if I didn't focus on the getting part and just focused on the giving part, then the getting would happen more naturally. And it did. It definitely did. It still does. I am very blessed. I am very blessed to have the different pieces of income that I have, to have a place to live, to have a vehicle. I have animals. I have a beautiful girlfriend that I've had for a significant amount of time. I can sit here and play a video game, and even though money's tough right now, I can sit here and I can play this and I can talk and I can spend my time doing this and not be totally stressed out. I am stressed out about money, but not as much as I have before. I've lived with a negative bank account. I've lived in my vehicle. I've lived in different houses. I've lived eating out of a trash can to survive. And I will tell that story maybe at the end of this video. Actually, if you last to the end of this video, it's a little bit of a funny story, but I will tell more about it. But if you just focus on giving to your relationships, show up to a relationship to give, not to get. All of them, romantic, family, whatever. But also don't spend time with people that don't want to spend time with you. And you know that, you feel that. So profit is 11:49, baby. We're out here. Show up in your life to give. Give to yourself first and then give to everybody else second. And don't waste your time on people that don't waste is a hard word. Don't spend your time on people that aren't spending their time on you. It's not worth it. And it's not about getting. Like, if you really think about this, like your paradigm on this aspect, what I'm talking about giving. If everything's about giving, you're not thinking about receiving. It's just giving. So it's very hard. I still struggle with this. But it's not like I'm going to give only to people that I get from. But I would say an easier way to say it and to understand it is I'm going to give to people that receive what I'm giving. And everybody's at a different point in their life. So, oh my God, why are you buying all this? So if I'm trying to give to you and you're not receiving it, I'm not going to keep giving to you because that resource, that life, energy, experience, resources, money, whatever, I could be giving to somebody else that actually receives it. And I don't know how to further explain that. I just think that that's the easiest way I can put that right now. Because I do believe that the wrong mindset is like, oh, I'm not going to give to you if you don't give to me. That's not a giving mindset. It's not. That's a receiving mindset. Because if you go based on that, then you're only giving to then receive. See, we got a stinky person. 2 stinky people. It's about time to buy our anti-stinky people. Because if you have these people in your shop, they will prevent other people coming in here and buying stuff. Is that a third? No, it's 2, but he's gonna be mad about it. We gotta get this guy out of here. Okay, hold on 1 second. $148, market 147. We're gonna give you 147. I'm not gonna play with any prices yet. Let's just get this guy out of here. Okay, so let's buy 500, so we don't have enough yet. We have to buy it. We can't have 2 at the same time. It's too small of a space. So as soon as I hit 500, I'm gonna buy it. I don't know if I have to buy the canisters yet that go inside of it. Maybe it comes with batteries. But yeah, I mean, I feel good. I feel comfortable and relaxed, and like I've talked about quite a bit. Just like ultimately be kind to yourself and be kind to others. You know, but don't forget about yourself. Because you can't truly give to other people if you don't give to yourself first. Like if you're at empty or negative and you're trying to give to somebody or something else, it's just not possible. It's just not possible. You just take time with that. Just slow down and understand it. I have to check my prices. That's something I forgot to do. So market is 211, so I'm selling below. So if I go market and then 10 and round up, I'm still at 2. So if I go market, that's 211. To market 3. We're gonna go high on those. These are at 268. So if I go market 10, round up, I'm still at 3. So we're gonna keep it like that. Let this be a little more expensive. That's okay. Those went up. I didn't catch that. I forgot that you have to also do your prices. The nighttime is the best time for that. I mean, doing it. This game does get crazy. It's super chill now because I'm in the beginning, but oh, hello. I can't do anything with this, which is super unfortunate because this is a huge card. Fuck. This is a huge card, but I don't have the money. I'm so sorry. I'm worried about stinky people right now. I cannot buy a big card like that. Buy a play table and put it in the shop. I'm not going to do that yet, just because I'm running low on cash flow. And you can even see that even with me hiking the price on the card sleeves, they're not selling as much now. So I'm just going to go edit this again. We're going to go market to 11. I paid 58 cents. So if I go market 10 round and go down to 2, I'm still making profit, and that's $1 less than I just had it. So if that lets me sell more, then I'll make more money from it rather than making an extra $1. So I think it's important to come up with like a little bit of a template, at least in the beginning. I mean, from what I remember from this game is like it is, look at this right here. It is like a business, so like people are just getting to know my shop, and I don't want to deter people, especially in the beginning. Okay, we're at 500. We're gonna buy this. I don't, like I said, I don't remember if it comes with the canisters. I don't remember which way it sprays. It does not. That's unfortunate. I think a canister is like maybe 20 bucks or something. $150. Okay, let's make that 150. Keeping the people that are spending money here happy is very important. See, you can see we're selling more card sleeves now. Let's see how much a play table costs. Having a play table is important. 200, so we need 350 for both of those. But if I do that and the day ends, then I don't have the money to fill up my shelves, but because we expanded, I can probably stretch out maybe another day or so, or at least half a day, where I can then refill on them. But then we're running the risk of spending too much money on delivery. So we're gonna focus on the spray first. You can sell the spray. I'm probably not gonna do that in the beginning just because I want to keep it stocked for a little while, and I want to keep my sellable inventory sort of lean. Here we go. Okay, we're doing okay. Look at that. Just lowering that, and I still make money on those card sleeves, but because I didn't go crazy, I'm marking it up. I'm selling more. Gotta love it. It's almost 6. business closes at 9. Maybe I'll hold out to buy the spray until I get a stinky person. They could come at any moment though, that's the thing. $6.30. This is tough. So I can make 150 faster than 200. Card table gives me people hanging out in the store, which means they might, because they sometimes get off the table and then they go spend more money. It is an investment though, because we are going to run out of inventory soon. A card table's 200. I could sleep on buying more blue packs, but I need to be careful about these sleeves. Sleeves are a top seller right now for sure. Maybe we hit 350 anyways. Yeah, sleeves are selling. Sometimes I would even go a little bit less than market price on sleeves, like on previous playthroughs, just because they sell so fast and you sell so much of them. Like these clear sleeves, you can have all the different sleeves, all the different cards, expand your shop, all this shit, and these clear sleeves sell like a motherfucker. So when you have a product that sells more than anything else, going lower on the price, well, now it's like they're definitely going to buy that, but oh, here's a stinky. They're definitely going to buy that, but they might also buy other shit. So you sort of make up for that loss of profit. And as long as you're not losing money, that's okay. You can make less profit, but going negative you cannot do. Yeah, he said she stinks, so we have to take care of this soon. 10, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Okay, what do you want? 374, market 281. I'm gonna offer market. That's a crazy difference. It's almost 9, so that might be the last customer. Yeah, he gets turned away. That sucks. I wish you could just keep them coming. That'd be better. So, you coming in? No, don't walk by. Come on. It's okay. You guys. Where are you going? You're just walking in circles out here? Dude. Alright, fine. So we're going to do the cheap of that. We'll buy one of these. We can sleep on the booster packs for now because we're gonna go, well, it's a different shop for the other thing. Oh, I have to pick. I have to pick. So I can deal with a stinky here or there for now. Well, let me look at my reviews. We have one about stinkies. So far it's just one. So this is crazy, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy a table. And I'm going to buy more packs. Even though I could buy this. Because my packs are low and somebody might... This might be 2 buyers right here to buy that out. So we're going to buy more... Sorry, sleeves. Just one for now. Oh, I have the cleanser in there. How much is that? 96. Okay, we're just gonna buy one. Because we'll make money from the card table. So we're probably gonna have to spend some money in the middle of this day. So check pricing, still on the same on this. Market price, round, that's okay. 3, market price, 10, round, that's okay. Table pricing. $8 a.m. to 9, fee $7 per hour, standard. We're just gonna keep it standard for now. Cost 0, $7 per hour. There's nothing else we can do. We're gonna close. I'm gonna go PP. Okay. So, we're going to go ahead into the next day. Profit's going to be small, if anything. It might be negative. Yep. Negative 1948. That's okay. It's very, very small. We have to be aware. We have a table. There's money there. We refilled some inventory. There's money there. Our next focus is going to be this, which is 150, and we have 28. So let's get to it as fast as possible. After we get this, and we're not going to sell the canisters in the beginning because we can't afford to buy another one very fast. We're going to just focus on refilling supply, but today we have to spend money during the day. It's inevitable. So he's going to sit down. So there's money there. I can't even buy this. Let me see if I can wait and make the money. Because I can turn around and sell that for a few dollars. Unless he gets pissed off and then leaves a negative review. I don't remember if that's a thing. I don't remember if they wait too long on a trade, they leave a negative review, but we're very close to that amount and I feel comfortable. So there's a stinky right here. Please just leave, bro. You smell bad. Selling sleeves. Okay, we can buy this dude's card. Market 59, ask 56.44, so we're gonna give ask 56.44. I can't do this right now. I'm going to decline. I don't have a display for cards anyways. We have to buy more sleeves. Even though we're close to buying this, I think we could just buy one pack of sleeves and be okay. One box, rather. We're gonna lose $5 on delivery, but that's okay. So I do now have many cards I can sell if I buy a $300 display or whatever it's called. I do have to put up those new sleeves right now. We can buy the spray. It's 12 o'clock. I'll make money back on it after... Well, let's see what happens. Don't go stand in the corner, dude. Oh, you motherfucker. Fuck. I'm missing all these big deals. Look at this. I could have made 200, almost 300 off of this. Ah, the big deals are coming in. I don't think that's gonna happen today. Sorry, dude. Oh, you gotta get in my face, dude. So what I'm seeing here is that there's a lot of people standing and watching, which means that a second table would be useful. I only had one stinky. Let's see the reviews. So nobody on day 4 is complaining about the one stinky guy. Or rather, there's no 1 stars. So let's push. Yeah, we could use another table. I'm just gonna buy it now. Yeah. Could push the table back a little bit. I have to become more familiar with using my numbers on my keyboard to make it faster when they use a card. This guy's just standing here watching, looking me in the eyes. Sit down, dude. Sit by each other. The fuck? I'm cool on the blue cards again, so I'll buy another one of these. Or could I actually buy the spray? I don't know. I don't think so. Let's just wait it out. Wait till this gets low and then maybe we can do both. How much is both? $93. Yeah, we'll do both if we can. Oh, he's gonna go stand over here. Shit. With these other people. Fuck. Okay, so it's time. So let's move this to here for now, just to hit him. And then now I'm going to change it to right when they walk in. It's on. Okay, I'm here. Okay. We're doing okay. I don't know where people come up with these asking prices. $10.08 is market, bro. Nah. I'm not gonna play this game off of $1 or $2. Sorry. So I'm thinking I'm going to just play this game a little bit and just relax and give myself the peace of mind, because I did talk about a lot of heavy shit today in just the past few episodes. 20, 40, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then when I am starting to feel like I'm getting towards the end, which I think will be a little bit soon here, I'll just kind of retouch all the points I've made recently and then end it. Because the next thing I'm going to do, which I've been planning to do after hitting Plat and Supervive, is something totally different. It's a completely different vibe, and I'm really excited for it. I just really wanted to. I needed a little bit more time, so that's why we're doing this little bit of an intermission episode. And I've really missed this game as well because it's super fun and chill. But I also wanted to finish a lot of the stuff I was talking about, so that way the next time that I play Supervive and decide to talk about more deep mental health stuff, that I'm coming back to it at a clean slate and not coming back to it picking up at where I left off. That makes sense to me. This dude did not get sprayed. Very unfortunate, but we're going to cheat the system and just move it. Okay, apparently he did. Maybe I need to spin it and put it like here. That way it's like they walk in. I can't remember like the spacing on this game, because I think you have to hit them when they step off of the door, like threshold box or whatever. So to put it here, it means they had to walk this way, but if they walk behind me, they don't get sprayed. But now maybe putting it here is they get sprayed, but then what if they don't walk here? I don't know. When I had money before, I used to always just drop two to hit both directions. So here's the cool thing about having tables is buy a card table and put it in the shop. Bitch, I did that. Is they will play after you close. So you'll make a little bit more money, and then you might have somebody that's going to buy something after you close, like this guy right here. Okay. So I think we can do one more day. I think that we can still ride on these blue cards. We need to check pricing. Maybe buy another box of these. Maybe another card table. I mean, that filled up. Let's see. Market round 2. Let's drop the price on these, see if it sells. Market round 3, it's the same. So, because I can, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I didn't say I was gonna. I said I wasn't gonna do this, but I changed my mind. We're gonna sell. We're gonna keep 2 in the box to fill these up if it happens, but we're gonna market 10, 20 round on these. So they'll sell slower, But if they do, we make more money so we can buy them back a little bit faster. And that also adds another item. And like when you have a store, the real money is made in the more different type of items you have. So we're cheap on these, we're cheap on these, we're expensive on these, but we want to sell these slower. Table seems to be consistent and it filled up. And I have 244, so I can buy another table. We're gonna just kind of chill out on the rest of this right now because we also did take up that real estate by putting these in here, so we can buy a little bit less of these card sleeves. So we're gonna buy another table. But I want to move these real quick. If I put them like this, that won't work, so I have to put them like this. And the exact corner, because now we need more space. I think a la carte tables are the same price. We're going to continue with $7 an hour. Keep everything cheap and simple in the beginning. My last task was buy a card table and put it in the shop. I've done that 3 times. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I don't want to spend more money today. We could buy another one of these, so let's be honest. Yeah, fuck it. I should have done this before. That's okay. I'll make the money back. I don't think you have to close it and all that. You know what? Let's not close it and turn off the lights. Let's just end the day, because maybe that'll start the next day a little bit faster. Gonna be negative probably again. 13, that's not bad. We can accept that. Revenue, we made 603.42 cents. We spent 216.97 on supply. We upgraded 400, so we're over the 603 by 16 by 1355. So easy math. Day 5. Open on. So do I have to do anything to start? 8 a.m. Is it lights? Because you turn the light on. Nope. So this is why restaurants keep the open sign on at all times. Where you going, dude? Am I doing something wrong? 8 a.m. Time hasn't started. Do I actually have to do this? Oh, it automatically flips. Okay. My bad. I didn't realize that your signs and lights automatically turn. Because this guy went to the table right away. This guy left. He left. Let's look at reviews. Why did he leave? So we're still good on price. This game is so awesome and it's so underrated, and it was even underrated when it was popular. Look at that. We just got a stinky. Oh my god, is he still stinky? Oh, dude. Okay, we're gonna cheat for now. Hit him again. So we need another one of those now. So the next time I start, my shop name has to be Card Sleeves. I'm still a little bit slow on the numbers. Okay, nobody's coming in. It's a bad spot to be in. What? It's my dog. My baby. Are you gonna go to my shop? No, you're gonna buy the cards. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. We're not spending any big money right now. We're in the trenches. So, a little bit of a slow period in the morning, which is sort of normal. But at this point, I spent some money. So we're going to just play it up. Maybe take a positive profit for the first time. We're gonna have to buy new sleeves, but I'm gonna wait until it goes down. The spray is doing okay. We could buy a second one just to cover our bases and prevent the negative review, but we're not getting anything right now. We're at all 5 stars for day 5. So let's just wait for the bad review. And the reason, a part of the reason why I really love this game, like one of the many reasons, is because it's so accurate, even as basic as it is, as to how a startup business actually goes. Because you're just keeping your expenses versus your profit as lean as possible. As lean as possible. Which is the biggest, every mistake I made is the biggest mistake, but that's the way it goes. You know, you live and you learn, and you make failures and you learn from failures. And another thing I would say would be, one of my own personal quotes is, I believe that there is a stairway to success, and it, you know, like a set of stairs, it goes up and it plateaus. So vertical, horizontal, and the vertical, horizontal. So up, plateau. And this lady just bought the last of my juice. So there's moments of both, and there's failure, and there's always failure. And I believe that, and I always have to practice this, and it's very hard to practice, but in all periods of success in life, or moving towards success in life, if you choose, so if you put on the glasses, the paradigm of seeing failure as, it doesn't have to be a good thing necessarily, but if you choose to see it as a plateau, so a horizontal line, because there's always a vertical after that. If you just keep going, it's up, it's vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal. But if you stop, nothing moves up. But if you keep going, it keeps going like that. So if you choose to see a failure as a plateau or horizontal line instead of something bad, then that means that the next thing is up. That means the next thing is up. So if you choose the paradigm of a failure isn't necessarily bad or good, but it's just what happened, and remembering that the next thing after the failure is going up, especially if you can learn from it, then you're gonna be in a better place. You're gonna move forward. You're gonna succeed. So, a little bit of information. I have to refill this. That's okay for now. We could use more table spots, but we're keeping it market price for that. So let's play it out. Are they buying from the box? I didn't realize I had this many sprays up here right now. We're not using that. So let's put this up here as well. But let's do 10. Keep that the same. 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 Because we can almost buy another box of sleeves and then the display table. What is it actually called? Card table. So 400. And then sleeves are 25. So 425. So 430. We're gonna have to buy sleeves very soon. Because that could be one purchase right there. Let's see if we can get both here. We're about halfway through the day. Okay, 425. So we're gonna go card table. We're gonna go, well, let's take this purchase. Nice, one spray. One juice. So we can buy, I still think only one after everything. 30, yeah. I just checked the levels on this just in case I have to pull this one from the shelf and put it on. I don't think I have to do that yet, so let's go ahead and load some cards here. And how do I sort F amount? No, so F price. So I always like to do the big ones at 20%. And then the rest I'll do at 10%. So right now, because I'm small, that's still a big one. Consider this a big one. Because it is considered a rare card at this point. I think when I get down to $50, I'll make it 10%. Might be too expensive, that's okay. Okay, we're here. I know I have a line. Only 2 people isn't bad. 7:30. We're coming up on that 9 o'clock mark. There's nothing that feels better than making your first huge sale on the cards. Like, I'm only at like 500 or something, 400 something. But like when you make that sale that's 3,000 and you made $1,000 off of that, oh, you can do so much with that. You can buy 2 card tables, more, what is, I always say display. Let me try to fix myself here. Card tables, that's a card table. So what is this? Play table. Very simple shit. Okay, so we have a guy that wants to watch, so that means we're maxed out. Some people just come in and play, and that's alright. So she just bought this one. Look at that. Just made $228 off of 1 card. So let's go load that back up. I still on price? Yes, but it resorts it. I believe if there's a red exclamation, that means you haven't set a price for it yet. But if there's none, then you already have, so you can just kind of put it up and go. $9 p.m. That's probably it for today. So, card prices is another thing that changes. I'm just going to leave these for now because I don't really want to spend the time going through it. I don't need to grab that juice yet because there's been really no stinkies today. Which reminds me, I should check the reviews. 5, 5, 4, good time playing. 4, not bad. Good shop to buy cards. So, nothing bad on the reviews. So now we can kind of buy inventory. And if I buy one of these, I can clear out the box and use the box to move these over and then buy a different card set for here. A different booster pack. Which is 300, which is going to take just about everything I have. So if I buy, well, let's see. If I buy this, and I come here and I buy this for 368, I'm at 94, which brings me to 99. So we're going to go with that. So we're going to keep the box. Because I'm going to move all these over to here. And then we can trash it. At some point we are always going to keep a box, but right now that empty box served its purpose. And we're going to remove this one, put it here, because I like it looking more full. Okay. now we have a new item. We're gonna go the same 10% round, 10% round, 10% round. Even though it went up in price, we're still at $2. We paid 63. I mean, that's why these are so great, because the cost is always super low. For this, we're still at 16. That's great. So if we check the cards and I do this one, so we're at 492. Market 20 round 492. So a lot of these might be the same. I'm not going to spend the time to go through all these right now. Later I will. But we're going to call that a day. And we're in the profit. Day 5. So I'll let this be the last day because this video's gone kind of long. I'm going to go through most of the talking points I had and just add a little bit of piece about both of those, about all of those, and play out this day, see how it ends, and then probably end the video after that. So we're open, lights are on. So one of the first talking points was self-awareness. So self-awareness, you know, being aware of yourself. I mean, how else could I possibly put that but knowing yourself, seeing yourself. Again, you can train a bear to juggle balls, but the bear won't ask why. So humans are the only species that have the actual ability of self-awareness. So you can look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself what is going on, and that is the very first building block in change and self-improvement. Paradigm. Paradigm isn't the same thing as perception. Perception is... I fuck this up every time, but I would say, let's say like perception is you seeing things, whereas paradigm is how you see things. So my favorite analogy is paradigm is a pair of glasses, and you can take off the pair of glasses that you have on now, and you can put on a different pair and choose to see things differently. Self-love. You have to, it's an absolute must that you love yourself, learn how to love yourself, teach yourself how to love yourself. Before, I was looking at the Stinky to see if we got him. We didn't get him yet. Do we hit him again? Okay, there he is. Before you can love anybody else. So, when you're in an airplane, they teach you that you have to put on the safety shit before you do it for your children. You have to do it first before you do it for them. Even though natural instinct is you want to save them first. And the reason why is because if you die first, then they die second. So take care of yourself first, so then you can take care of other people. And that goes into give, which is the last one, but in order to give to other people, you have to give to yourself. I discussed the good parts of my childhood, going to water parks, the birthdays, you know, all those childhood memories, all the many good times that I experienced, and the love and connection with family, even though, you know, and I think that what I'll do is after I try this next thing I'm going to try and I get back into Supervive or whatever, maybe if this video does well, we'll play more of this game. But like, my childhood is very, the details are extensive, so I can't possibly talk about everything in one video, and I'm just not interested in that right now. And I also don't want to just bog everybody paying attention down with negativity and hardship, but there's always good in the light. Like there's always light in the darkness, so there's always good within the bad. And then segueing to the bad, you have to recognize the bad and you have to own the bad. And then self-awareness, if you see the bad and know the bad within yourself, what do you do to make it better? And paradigm, how do you change the way you see the bad in yourself to make it better? That sounds good. And give. The more you give, the more you get. So, well, this dude wants to buy or sell. We have some money, so we can spend some money. 132 over 17. Yeah, that's not, dude. Are you crazy, bro? 107.92. I'm not going to give you more than market. Sorry. I mean, you're a good try. So the more you give, the more you get. And every relationship, not just romantic, family, friend, acquaintance, so on and so forth, every relationship, everybody you encounter that you establish a connection with, if you just show up to give instead of showing up to get at all times, always, all through, this is just so hard to practice, but you have to practice it. Then you will reap more rewards in the end. It's as simple as that. And don't spend time with people that don't want to spend time with you. It's a waste of time for both of you. So that's an extreme generalization, but in this last little day of this game and what we've been talking about, that's sort of what I wanted to get after, is just to kind of recap on everything. So remember, I'm doing 20% on the big cards above 50, 10% on less than 50. Maybe I'm not up to date on this game, but with all the shit they've added, and they've added a lot, and I haven't even talked about it yet, but I'm very surprised that they haven't added more music tracks, to be honest with you. I love it. It's you know, me. It's M-I, I, we, me, whatever. But it's not, it's just one, I think. I could just be insane at this point. Okay, so it's day 6, and we're making money. We're actually making money. It's only about 4 o'clock and we can ride this out. We can make a huge profit today. That's a good way to end the day. And then spend all that being prepared for the next day. Oh, there's another soundtrack. So I was super wrong about that. I think I just got used to the same one, that I'm like, oh, this is all it is. I'm just not even thinking about it. So that guy got sprayed and then he kept walking, and now he's still a stinky. So we gotta buy another one of those. Now that we're moving money, we cannot afford. Oh, we're almost out of sleeves. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna buy. We're gonna keep inventory lean still, so we're gonna buy one of these. One of these. Oh, the price went up, maybe, I think. Finish that out. Go back. Buy another one of these. Which we can't, because we're broke. So maybe we just place the spray in the middle. Kind of twist it to kind of hit them at a couple of different angles. So I'll buy another one of these as soon as we have the money. 500. Maybe not on this day. It's already 6:30. Don't have enough. We're not selling too many cards today. Maybe I need to stay more around market price on those for now. And then keep the big ones at 10%. We can adjust. That's okay. 7:30, nobody's coming in. We got table people. So that's $7.14, $21. Which is unfortunate because it doesn't put us at where we want to be to buy what we need to have. My bad, dude. Is anybody gonna spend money here? I'm gonna drop the price on these just to see. Oh, still $2. See if we can make some money real fast before the end. Okay. Market 14.97, and you want one that's worth 11. Okay. Oh, I don't have the card. Sorry. I don't think we're gonna hit 500. Let's see what this guy buys. Get another $7 from this guy over here, maybe. Oh, nice. Still not 500, but he's about to sit down potentially, which is 14, which is 88. So still not what we want. Dropping prices here to try to make some money before the end of the day. One of these guys wants to come over here and buy something. Any day, guys. Because if I can hit 500, I'm gonna buy another stinky station and put it by the door so we can just hit all angles. And then having two like that to hit both angles close to the door, somewhat close. I might leave this one here. I kind of like it being in the middle. Then at the very least, you should at least clean clean most people. Okay, we hit 500. This guy might buy something else. Okay. He did. Alright. So we're gonna do another one of these. And that's it. We'll keep one for emergencies, but I think keeping prices low is a good starting point. We'll bring that back up to 2, 3, 4. This one we are not selling, so we're just going to keep it market. This one, low. We're going to keep all these market. Okay, we did good. Let's see where we end for the day. I'm sure I'm going to be in the negative because I just spent some serious money at the end. But we'll go ahead and finish out like we would anyways, and then just end it after the start of the next day, I think. Yeah, negative. That's okay, because day 5 we were very in the positive, negative, whatever. This is day 6 of opening a business, and look at what we've accomplished. All of this. So I could just write out one day, maybe buy a box of the sleeves just to keep it going. We're still good on the booster packs. Yep. It's good. People are lining up. Oh, there's my old save, day 114. Auto save. So I'm gonna end it there. I wanted to recap on a lot of the important shit that I was talking about before hopping into the next big thing. Like I said, I am going to keep playing Supervive. I love Supervive. I don't see myself not playing that anytime soon. If you did enjoy this video and want to see more of me playing TCG Card Shop Simulator, which is just such a simple game, and maybe this is the game where I talk about more real shit, who knows? Because if you've played this game before, you know that it just gets crazier and crazier. But just let me know. Let me know what you want to see, please, because I'll do it. I will do it. I want to give what people want to see. So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Please like and subscribe, and goodbye.